Let's try a quick simulation. If I say, I want to speak English with confidence, you repeat it immediately. You copy my intonation. You copy my speed. Do this for just a few minutes a day, and you will stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like a person. Technique 2. Active and passive listening. Now, to speak well, you must have high-quality input. This brings us to our second point, listening. This is the most critical step for your brain. You cannot produce what you have not consumed. But I know what you're thinking, I don't have time. Here is the solution. You need to treat English like your background music. This is how you understand fast native English speakers without feeling overwhelmed. You don't need to sit at a desk. You need to plug in your headphones while you are washing the dishes, while you are commuting to work, or while you are at the gym. It doesn't matter if you only understand 50% of what is being said. That is actually fine. You are training your ears to recognize the sounds and the flow of the language. This is called passive learning. It helps you absorb vocabulary naturally. So ditch the music for 15 minutes a day. Put on a podcast, an English news channel, or a story. Let the English language wash over you. Moving on to tip number 3. And this is the one that changes everything. This is how you finally stop translating in your head. The biggest barrier to fluency is that translation process. You think in your native language, translate it to English, then speak. It's too slow. We need to cut out the middleman. You need to start thinking in English. I know it sounds hard, but you start small. You start with simple internal narration. When you wake up, don't just get out of bed. Say to yourself in your mind, it is morning. I am tired. I need coffee. When you walk outside, look around. The sky is blue. That car is fast. These are tiny, simple thoughts, but by forcing your brain to label the world in English directly, you are building a new neural pathway. You are teaching your brain that English is a tool for thought, not just a subject for school. Do not translate, just look and name. Stop believing the biggest lie in language learning. You know the one, the idea that you have to pack your bags, leave your family, and move to London or New York just to speak fluent English. That is simply not true. You don't need a plane ticket. You don't need an expensive tutor sitting next to you 24/7. And you certainly don't need to study grammar books for 4 hours every night. What if I told you that fluency isn't about where you live, but about how you live? Today, I'm going to show you how to build an English immersion environment right here, right now, in your actual life. We are going to turn your daily routine into a fluency machine. Introduction. Hi everyone. Today we are stripping away the complications. We are going back to basics, but in a very powerful way. I often hear people say, I'm too shy, or I'm too busy, or I just don't know where to start. If that sounds like you, you are in the right place. I am going to break down 5 specific, actionable habits that you can start today. These aren't just study tips, they are lifestyle shifts. We are going to move from studying English to living English. Let's dive into the first and perhaps most effective technique. Technique 1. Shadowing. Let's start with a concept called shadowing. You might have heard this term floating around, or maybe it's new to you. Shadowing is the bridge between listening and speaking. Here's how it works. You find a piece of audio. It could be a podcast, a video like this one, or an audiobook. You listen to a sentence and then you repeat it. But here's the secret. You don't just repeat the words, you have to become a copycat. You need to mimic the speaker exactly. You're not looking at a dictionary, you're not pausing to analyze why they used the present perfect tense, you're simply acting like an echo. You match their speed, you match their emotion, you match the rhythm of their voice. Why do we do this? Because speaking is physical. It involves muscles in your mouth and throat. Shadowing trains your mouth to move in the English way, not your native language's way.
Technique 4. Reading aloud. Tip number 4 involves training your speaking muscles through reading, but not silent reading. Silent reading is good for your mind, but reading aloud is good for your mouth. Find a simple text. It could be a children's book, a blog post, or a transcript of a video. Read it out loud. First, read it slowly to get the pronunciation right. Then, read it again a little faster. Finally, read it a third time, but this time I want you to act. Pretend you are an actor on a stage. Exaggerate the emotions. If the character is angry, sound angry. If they're happy, sound happy. This connects your emotions to the language. It helps you break out of that robotic, monotone reading voice that many learners have. It builds fluency, and most importantly, it builds confidence in your own voice. Technique 5. Daily integration. And finally, tip number 5. We need to integrate English into the technology and habits you already use. First, take out your phone right now and change the language settings to English. You look at your phone 100 times a day. That is 100 times you will see words like settings, display, notifications, and airplane mode. You don't have to study these words. You will learn them just by seeing them constantly. Next, keep a mini diary. You don't need to write a novel. Just write 3 sentences before you go to sleep. Today I went to work. It was busy. I am tired now. That's it. You're practicing sentence structure every single day. And lastly, record yourself. Open the voice recorder on your phone and talk for 1 minute about your day. It might feel weird at first. You might not like the sound of your own voice. That's okay. No one else has to hear it. But when you listen back, you will hear your progress. You will hear your mistakes, and you will self-correct. That is powerful. So, here's the reality. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You need to make your life an English-speaking life. It's not about finding 3 extra hours in your day. It's about taking the things you already do, thinking, listening, looking at your phone, and doing them in English. It's about small, smart steps repeated every single day. Fluency isn't a destination you travel to. It's a habit you build. If you found value in this video and want to continue this journey toward fluency together, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to English Glow for more lessons that help you shine in English. I'll see you in the next one.